Everybody, welcome to 5to9swe or 5to9 software enthusiast. My name's Cody. I'm super excited to be introducing you to this platform today. This is something that's been stirring around in my head for a while, and I'm really excited to be finally bringing it to the public. I'm going to be talking a little bit about myself and my background, why I started 5to9swe and what 5to9swe is. So my 9 to 5, I am a software engineer in the aerospace industry. I've been doing it for just shy of 8 years now. I have a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science from Washington State University. Go Cougs. And, the last couple of years in the software industry have just been absolutely insane. Ever since OpenAI launched ChatGPT back in late 2022, things have just been crazy. And it's really exciting. I'm really enjoying being a software engineer right now. But with that being said, I have noticed that the barrier to entry into software engineering has been significantly lowered, and you don't really need to have that academic background and the fancy degree anymore to build software, which I think is actually really cool and really exciting. And so that's really the crux of why I'm creating 5to9swe, is to kind of bridge the gap between the everyday person that has an idea and actually building software that implements that idea. Before other software engineers out there get all razzled about some of the comments that I'm making here, it's not to say that software isn't incredibly difficult to build still. If you're building software that scales to millions of users, or safety critical software, or software that solves some sort of enterprise problem, or software that has a lot of regulatory compliance requirements around it, that is so incredibly hard to build, and that's kind of a different class of software. But most people don't need to build that type of software. Most people just have some sort of idea for an application, or they want to build something for their small business or some other small business, or something for their local community. They have a game idea, or maybe it's a teacher who wants to build some sort of educational tool for their students. That type of software I think is very buildable by pretty much anyone that has the idea and a little bit of a will to get out there and learn how to use some of these really powerful generative AI and agentic AI tools that are now at our disposal. So again, that's really kind of the crux of why I'm creating 5to9swe, is just to show people that the barrier to entry into software has been significantly lowered. I had a buddy reach out to me like a year ago or so, and he was telling me all about how he's building out this new social media application for golfers. And he has no background in software. And, throughout the last year, I would kind of continuously get updates from him about where he's at. He made it available for beta testing so that I could download it and play around with it. And there's a couple of people in a friend circle that are on the application. And it was so freaking cool to just watch the progression of this application over time being, just moving forward by someone who was not savvy in software, didn't even have an academic background in software. It really kind of opened my eyes and also just solidified this notion that the barrier to entry into software engineering has been lowered. And, just the other day, I actually got a text from him that said he finally released it in the App Store. So, Stu, congrats to you on launching Bunker. It's really awesome. And I'm just super excited to see where it goes. Aside from that, I saw Mark Cuban the other day repost about this guy that is based out of Kentucky. He's an electrician. He's been doing it for 15 years. And he's been going out to all of these different customers who just bought a Tesla or a Rivian or some other electric vehicle. And they were getting quotes on doing a power panel upgrade to support charging their EV at home. And he was seeing these electrical companies charge anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 for power panel upgrades when they didn't actually even need the upgrade in most cases. So what he did is he familiarized himself with AI, and he built an application where people could sign up, pay a small fee, and it would do all of the load calculations, per code, to determine whether or not they actually needed a power panel upgrade or not. And the idea was, this would save like the initial $350 to $500 to have an electrician come out and do this work for them. And then ultimately save them from potentially getting upsold by the electrical company or just getting put in touch with an electrician that has no idea what he's talking about. And so these are just like a couple of examples that show that, you can go out and build these things now with these AI tools. So all of the content that I'm going to be making on 5to9swe is going to be me building some sort of application or tool or something with AI just to help people get comfortable with using AI, whether it be to build software or not to build software. My focus is going to most likely be around software, at least initially. But I really think it's something that not a lot of people even realize yet. So that's why I wanted to create it. I'm super passionate about education and allowing people to kind of reach their maximum potential. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm making 5to9swe, and I hope that people find something valuable in the content that I'm making. So with that being said, if you go on to 5to9swe.com and you scroll down to the bottom, there's a form there where you can send me your build ideas. Like if I'm making content that's not quite scratching the itch for you, or you really want to see something about building some certain type of application or idea, go onto that form, send me your idea. I'm going to read everything that I receive from anyone, and I will reach out and let you know if I'm going to make content about that. I might even reach out and ask to like bounce a couple of ideas off of you and just collaborate on something. The other thing is there's kind of a community aspect that I'm super excited about with 5to9swe, where I'm going to open up an application window for a period of time. And during that time, you can go in and you can submit an application for me to build you something that you've been wanting to build. Ideally, this is something for like your small business or local community, something useful that people are actually going to use. And then also something within reason, right? I can't go out there and build you some sort of safety critical software application or software, application that's going to scale to millions of users or anything like that. This is small scale stuff. That's really what I'm focused on here. But this again is just something that I'm super excited about. It's kind of my way of supporting just the local communities. It's also, it's kind of a twofold thing where I'm actually benefiting out of it too, because I can actually learn how to build certain types of applications that I might have not been building otherwise. So I really encourage you to go in and submit any idea that you have there as well. And I will get in touch with one lucky person each year to build out that application. And I will also be creating content around that application. That's kind of part of the deal too. So I'll let you know when that opens up. You'll see a banner at the top of 5to9swe.com when that application opens up. And then, of course, the winner will get announced, and then content will come out of that later on. So let's see. Let's talk a little bit more about like the content that I'm actually going to be producing. So every video that I make will be, again, me demonstrating how to use AI to build something. And sometimes that something is going to require a little bit of prerequisite knowledge. So for example, if I'm building like a web application, it's going to help for you to know a little bit about like acquiring a domain or, just web hosting in general. And so I will have kind of these different playlists of videos that teach you those prerequisite concepts so that you're set up for success in actually building out whatever it is that you're building out. Or, as you follow along in my video on building something, you can kind of know what's going on. It's something that I'm really going to work hard at on doing, is making sure that you're set up for success in building out stuff. Aside from that, I'll also have some setup videos just on, getting your computer set up to do this in general. For example, you'll need to install an IDE or an integrated development environment. This is kind of like how Microsoft Word is to a writer, or Microsoft PowerPoint is to someone working a corporate 9-to-5 job. An IDE is a key tool that software engineers use to build software. And a lot of the AI tools out there, OpenAI's Codex, Anthropic's Cloud Code, those all integrate nicely into these IDEs. And so with that, you'll also need a subscription to one of the AI tools. There's a handful of different options out there that you can research. I am going to be using Anthropic's Cloud Code in the videos that I produce, just because, one, I like the user experience. I really appreciate and respect the direction that the company Anthropic is taking AI. Dario Amodei, I think, has a really strong set of core values that he's standing by to ensure that AI progresses safely and in a responsible manner. And so for me, that's just why I choose to stick by Cloud Code. However, anything that you see in my videos can be accomplished with any of the other tools. They actually all have fairly similar user interfaces, and so you'll easily be able to follow along in the videos using any of those different AI tools. So at the time of this video, most of the subscriptions, at least the entry-level subscriptions, are around $20 a month, which should be sufficient for you to build pretty much any small scale software application. They can scale up to like $200 a month if you really want to get serious about it, but that's totally up to you. Unfortunately, the free versions of these aren't really going to get you too much other than maybe just some initial experimentation. So I highly encourage you to invest a little bit in yourself and pay for that subscription. I'm a big on investing in yourself and continuous learning. And AI is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. I think it's an incredibly valuable skill and tool to get comfortable with. I think if you're watching any of my content on 5to9swe, you're there for a reason. You have some sort of ambition. You have some sort of idea. And so this, in my opinion, relatively small investment in yourself is something that is totally worthwhile. If that's, something that just absolutely doesn't work for you, then this probably isn't the channel for you. So I apologize for that. And, maybe later on down the road, some of these tools will be available for free. Who knows? But anyways, all that to say, again, I'm so excited about 5to9swe. I really hope that people find the content useful. If you're not finding it useful, like I said, be sure to go submit your kind of ideas on the form on 5to9swe.com, and I will be in touch with you. And anyways, yeah, so thanks so much for chiming in for this kind of initial video to kick things off and introduce you to the platform. I really look forward to hearing from you in the future, and happy building.